So these are pond water lilies, and this is what we're going to be putting into our tanks. Okay, this comes as a kit off Amazon, but I also bought an extra one of these because I'm going to do my own stuff. I'm going to be using some of this, and let's have a look what else we're going to have. We're going to be using some of this, which is a very small biostratum, okay, by Fluval. I do the normal stratum, which I have, or I used to have in a lot of my tanks, but it kind of messed with my pH a little bit. And just a little bit of gravel to top it off, stop it all floating away into the water column. Yeah, so this is what we are going to do. So I'm going to unbox this off camera, and then we're going to have a quick look at it. Okay, with these are the actual lilies. There's going to be 3 of them in there, but we're only going to use 2 in that. Now it's quite a deep thing. Mine's a lot more shallow than that one. You can see that. Look, that's my finger to that. I'm not really worried about that. So it's got aquatic soil, which I think is going to cause that, and that's the topping. So basically what you can do is put aquatic soil in there, that on top. But we'll have a mess about with that because I want to put some minerals and that in the water. And I've got some of this stuff that I want to do as well. This expands, which is quite cool. But we'll see. I'm going to put some stuff together, so I'll go through the stages with you and we'll see how we come up with that. Okay, so I put a bit of soil in there. Okay, there's a little bit of peat in the bottom of that as well, so if you can see the light brown. Now this is supposed to have beneficial bacteria in it, so I'm going to use a little bit of this as well. This is a powder format, as they call it, so I'm going to top some of that in there to give this a nice neutral base to it. And it'll have a lot of the stuff in there that you need for great plant growth. And then we're going to put the actual lilies in there, or 2 of them, and one of them's going to go in my pot and see how we get on. Okay, this stuff's very granular. I don't know if you can see that. Let me take this away. There you go, it's very granular. Okay, so that should be a good base for the lilies. As you can see, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to get the lilies out of the bag, and then we're just going to soak it a little bit. Okay, so as you can see, they're a little bit messy at the moment, so we're going to stick a bit more stratum in there and a little bit more dirt, and I'm going to crush some peat in there as well just to give it a nice base. And then we're going to top it off with some gravel. I was kind of lucky with these because they have a little bit of growth on them already. If not, just leave in the sun, okay, add a little bit of moisture to the bag and they'll just sprout a little bit, and then you know which way up they will go. I'm not keen on these type of kits, but I'm going to top it off now with some of this, and then we're going to get them in the water. Now this will expand, which I hope it will anyway, so we'll see. And there we have it. Nice and messy, eh? So that is going to go in the tank, but first I want to just add a little bit of water, okay, because there is peat in here that will swell a little bit, and I don't want it to spill out all into the tank. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water, and then I'm going to get in the tank and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so that's in its tank. Okay, now as you can see, it made a lot of mess. I mean, I'm going to take care of most of that. Obviously you're going to get a little bit of leaching. These guys are a little bit scared, so I'm going to turn the light off for them. And I'm going to do updates on this. Let's see it. I'm going to do one in the other tank as well. Now once these get established, I'm going to move them out, and hopefully, being a pond plant, I'm going to stick them with the turtles, see how we get on with them. There's a lot of debris, unfortunately, and as you can see, the water's very unclear. But hey ho, this is part of the story that we have. So let's get the other one in, and I'm going to make this one up a little bit differently. I'm going to use a bit of Tropica substrate. This stuff's supposed to be nutritional for aquariums, so let's see what it's like. Put a little bit more peat in this one because I want to do a test to see which is more benefit. I'm going to mix it with a bit of the dirt that came with the kit. So just put a little bit of dirt in here, like that. Just mix it in a little bit, alright? There's a reason I'm doing that, and that's because I want to give the benefit of both worlds. That is aquarium peat. Now peat does sometimes have an effect on pH, okay? So I want to buffer it with a rich soil, which is going to make the pH neutral. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see that. That's better, isn't it? Okay, so that's that. And then I'm going to put some substrate in there to mix in, just to give it a bit of drainage. I see the reason why. This, I'm hoping, is going to allow the roots to come out of the actual casing that it's in the pot. So let's have a look. I'm going to get some of the Tetra stuff. I think it's called Tropica. It's like a sand. You can buy it in a kilo. It's quite good stuff there. I've used this quite a few times. Normally, I'll tell you what this is good for, Amazon swords. If you put this in Amazon, they love it, mate. So I'm going to put a bit of that on there and all. Just, there we go. Don't need too much because as I say, it's like a soil. Just mix it in a little bit. There you go. I might put a little bit more in. Put a little bit more in. Okay, that'll do. Right, and then what we're going to do is put the plant right in the middle there. So let me get that set up and I'll show you how I'll top it off. Go. And then we're going to top it off with the stones that came with the kit. Now I'm going to have to put some more on. This is going to stop the dirt coming out into the water column as well. Yeah, it's just not enough. I don't know how you'd expect that to do that, but we've got some stones, so we'll just put that on there. I'm going to top it off again and we'll get it in the tank. Okay, so a perfect spot for this is going to be right in the middle of there. Yeah. These plants I don't hold too much hope for anyway. Pondweed looking a bit better. Well, it did. So let's get it in the tank, and I'm going to need both hands for that. So back in a minute. Okay, guys, there it is in the tank, and we're going to do some updates on this sort of weekly, maybe monthly. Obviously, I want to see it. They're slow growers, so I'm hoping that I can get some movement. Now, there is a little bit movement there already. And we have little babies in there as well. So I want to see how they're going to do. So, guys, thank you very much.